I wake up every morning and the first thing I do is open my musty eyes and get on TikTok. And somehow a new video pops up on my For You page every day that literally blows my mind. And well, today is no different. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, there's basically this video going around the internet lately that has a lot of people very divided. So this video takes place at a random gas station and a woman and employee are getting super mad because the woman has been getting misgendered by the gas station staff. Ugh. This literally makes me so mad. Just take a look at this video, you guys, and y'all try your best not to throw your phone at the wall.
Why you want to record me?
Because your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay, you want to park?
Why don't you tell me what we can do now?
No, because I can do the same thing with you.
Okay, but your entire staff has been calling me sir. The entire time.
The woman in the video is Eden Torres, and she identifies as a trans woman. Eden went to a Sonic gas station in Texas where multiple members of staff misgendered her by calling her sir. This already ain't off to the best start, y'all. After all of this mess started, Eden then spoke to the manager of the gas station, and she explained that the employees had seen her dead name on her credit card, and that's where all the chaos began. Also, if y'all don't know what I mean by dead name, it's the name that trans and gender non-conforming people are given at birth, which becomes dead once the person chooses a new name for themselves. But anyways, now that I've cleared that up, let's get back onto the topic. Basically, y'all, Eden was obviously very upset over being addressed wrong by the Sonic staff and spoke to a manager who seemed literally so confused about the whole situation. Eden told the manager about her problem, but that did not stop the situation from getting any less dramatic. At first, the manager didn't seem to understand what she was so upset about. However, Eden said that regardless of the name on her credit card, why would anyone assume that she would want to be addressed as sir? I mean, sis really ain't telling no lies right here. And y'all, this is where things really go south. Because first off, you guys, it seemed like neither the manager or Eden's points of view were getting across to each other. So I guess the whole vibe of the argument was starting to get more intense and a little misunderstood. The argument starts with the manager trying to get Eden to pull her car over to the side so they can carry on their conversation, but she refuses to move.
That's fine.
I mean, I'll pull...
And why you want to record me?
Because your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay, you want to park?
Then the manager is kind of unsure on how to handle her problem, so he just apologized for whatever happened, but Eden doesn't want to take the apology. So then Eden and the manager go back and forth with him saying he doesn't know what to tell Eden and trying to get her to move, and Eden refusing to pull over and ask him more questions. Although, what pushed any chance of a resolution off the edge was when Eden asked the manager what gender he would assume she is by looking at her. Now, y'all, don't get me wrong. People can express however they want to, no matter what they identify as. But I think it's common sense that if you're walking down the street and see someone with long hair wearing makeup and a dress, you would assume they were a woman. So you guys, please tell me, why did the manager reply to Eden's question by saying he'd assume she was a man?
Showed, as you can see.
The next card, it says the name.
Right.
You're the one handing the credit card,
But
correct?
look at me.
Okay, you're the
right?
one. Okay, I can look at you.
What about me is presenting what you would call masculine right now?
Even in makeup and a wig, I mean.
Mom, please come pick me up. I can't do this anymore. As you guys can probably imagine, this whole argument just kept escalating, which led Eden to post the video she recorded to TikTok, captioning the video saying, "Trans people deal with discrimination every day. Today this happened to me. The staff saw my name on my credit card and chose to be aggressively transphobic." After Eden posted the video, it spread all over TikTok instantly, and people had a lot to say. To be honest, y'all, I think Eden was expecting everyone to be on her side in this, but to her surprise, she actually received way more backlash and found that most people were actually siding with the manager.
Okay, I mean, dang. What, you want a Scooby snack?
Seemed like Eden was hoping for people to help and, like, I don't know, call for the staff to be fired or something, maybe? Well, either way, it seriously backfired on her, and people were pointing out the manager was really trying his best to stop the situation getting more tense and was actually being really polite by apologizing and even asking Eden what she wanted to be called. I'm so sorry, Eden girl. You really got hit with the Uno reverse card. Anyways, loves, here's what people had to say about the situation. When they say, say, "What do you assume looking at me?" the door was swung wide open. I agree with you, although saying "what are you" is a bit not right, but also he doesn't know what to ask because he's not a native English speaker. Manager asked. She baited him to then play the victim. Good thing I don't normally go to Sonic because I'm sure as hell not going now. I'm interested to see what they do about this. I don't know if there has been any update. I will never understand how people can be this way. It just blows my mind. Yeah. This did not go down well for Eden. However, what was even worse was these responses were honestly just the tip of the iceberg, because Eden ended up receiving a huge hate train of people sending her transphobic messages, misgendering her, and making fun of her appearance. Seriously, y'all, when are people gonna learn that being a transphobe is literally disgusting? And by the way, no matter how you feel about the video, I do not want to see any of you guys being transphobic or leaving hate to Eden in the comments. Whew. Got mad for a sec. Anyways, despite all of this though, even other trans people were actually taking sides with the employees too, saying that Eden was giving the trans community a bad name since the manager wanted to work something out, but Eden was refusing to let him make anything better. This is kind of sad. People like Eden gives the community a bad name. That Sonic manager was all types of patient and was willing to work something out, and Eden still refused. At that point, there's no point in continuing the conversation. Isn't it kind of crazy that her own community isn't sticking up for her? Girlie must have really been in the wrong, I guess. Loves, if I ever get into drama and y'all don't defend me, I swear I'll never do a face reveal. Just kidding! The amount of backlash that came from the video actually resulted in Eden deleting it from her TikTok, and honestly, I can see why. Because people were not kind to her about anything, and soon started calling Eden a Karen, saying that her account should be banned off TikTok altogether. She transitioned into a Karen. You can educate without flipping the hell out on people. If you want to know what I'm thinking about it, I feel like the situation could have been communicated a lot better from both sides. I understand that for a trans person, it has to be so difficult to be misgendered. I mean, if I woke up tomorrow in the wrong body and people started calling me sir, I would literally be stressed out of my mind. So Eden had every right to be upset about this. Also, if I was working at that gas station and I saw a woman walk in and she handed me a credit card with a male name on it, the last thing I would do would be to call Eden sir. Like, come on guys, for all I know, she could be borrowing her boyfriend's credit card. It doesn't make sense to me why the staff called her sir just from her credit card alone. They could have just said thank you or here's your credit card back, have a nice day. But the manager seemed like he really had no bad intentions. I guess, like a lot of the comments said, the reason he seemed confused about the incident could be that English isn't his native language, or maybe he might be from a country where being trans is not accepted, so he might have not encountered a trans person before. But y'all, I've gotta be honest, I don't think Eden is completely innocent either. As you guys saw in the video, when Eden was getting upset, the manager did apologize and kept asking her what she wanted to get out of the situation. But instead of cooperating with him, Eden just kept asking more questions and ignoring the manager when he was trying to be polite and make things better. I swear to God, where was Dr. Phil at? We needed him to calm the situation down. Anyways, loves, what do y'all think of the drama at the gas station? Do you think that the staff was being transphobic and were discriminating against Eden? Make sure to click the video to watch some of my hottest and juiciest tea. I love you so much.